really have that central spot. I'm a big fan myself.
Okay. Well, the reason I was saying hopefully it is kind is because the only time that is a terrible place to start is when you're trying to come off the bridge and there's a firing squad of Lionels
Oh yes.
on the overworld. So
And it looks
normally
like
you're fine, but here we go. We're underway, and neither of us get our wish.
that's all right. We're not too far off from that.
Oh, hey, Darknet's in the overworld. This is not terrible because it means they're not going to be in your dungeons. We have a 54 rupee candle and an 85 rupee, probably cheap key.
Alright, we're going to go take a little bit of a trip down. I'm going to assume that we're going to make some sort of arm... Oh, maybe we're not going for an armor's check. We're going to go for the coast, potentially.
I think we're getting a little bit of a split. We do have the starting bombs and that wood sword, so we already have a weapon. So it makes sense to go ahead, get these 3 random bomb checks out of the way, and then think about up a retrying if none of them are worthwhile keeping. So that way you get your 3 bombs back and you can take them, to the top northeast corner of the map.
Great resource management planning there. And we went ahead and we just picked up a secret.
All right, 36 rupees is pretty good. This is not terrible money. It's not minimum medium. And hey, we found level 9. I think we're gonna keep these. So yeah, I'm loving the fact that Metroid looks to be on actual hardware because I remember when my TV started having lines like this. Like when I was maybe 8 playing this game for one of the first times and we needed a new TV, but we just couldn't afford it. I kind of missed what's on the coast there.
It was the any key that we just had.
All right, ooh. That's the okay.
Yeah, the medium secret wasn't bad, only 4 down from maximum, but the large secret's a little bit rougher to say the least, coming in at, was that 63?
I actually missed it, and I just saw him go up to 99, and I'm going, well, that's not a medium, but yeah, it looks like it's a 63 rupee. Ow, we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble. Metroid's gonna go ahead, up a, save the money, pick up that candle that we saw all the way back near start, which is a good idea. I'm hoping we see Night Shifter do basically the same thing, because now we're not gonna have to retrace some of our steps on the overworld. We're gonna have the candle from the very beginning, and the ability to check all of these burn bushes.
And there we go. We see that exact behavior from Night Shifter, and it looks like we have an any road, but Metroid is not following it.
He will in a second. I have a feeling he's about to do these 2 burn bushes because they're guaranteed to open, and then we're going to go ahead, hey, find a blue ring for 252 rupees. I think he's going to do the remaining 2 checks in this area and then take the any roads, because every so often when you come out the other side, you just want to keep going. And if you have checks left over in the region you came from, it's a little bit difficult.
Yeah, that's fair, especially when you end up in a group of undesirable enemies, let's call them. And sometimes it's a little bit hard to get right on back through that any road.
Or it pops you out of a power bracelet spot, and it's one of the 2 that doesn't actually open, and you're just going, game? Like, why would you do this to me? But it looks like Metroid might be prioritizing the Armos statues, which is another good idea. You have a total of 3 on this side of the world. Your free item could be over here. Night Shifter, however, is going to check out the any roads for us. We got 1 near Vanilla Start.
And now we seem to really be divesting in the paths that we're taking. Oh, money making game.
This is the fun part, though. I mean, you just kind of you random. I refer to it as shiny thing routing.
And we get another one over there at Vanilla First Quest level 3.
All right, this is pretty good. Given where we start, we have access to, okay, the recorder is somewhere near start, but this is not terrible. We've also got Death Mountain access. This is really good for any roads.
I can see this getting a lot of value as we start going around looking for the different levels. And it looks like maybe we're going to do some poking in Death Mountain.
Yeah, this is actually a good idea from Night Shifter. You're far in that top corner of Death Mountain. You've got the bombs to go ahead and check these spots. So go ahead and check them now, because then you don't have to come back. Metroid Miss is going to find Shape 7. Are we pirouetting or are we running away? We're going to pirouette. Okay. I wouldn't have blamed him for either choice there. Shape 7 is large, unwieldy, and depending upon the enemy set, it could be something you really don't want to do at 5 minutes into the game.
Absolutely. So far, not so bad on the enemy set. However, it looks like it may be getting ready to burn some bombs from us here. Maybe. We'll see what happens when we go north.
Yeah, we did pirouette at least one, so this is pretty cool. And apparently chat is telling us that the door repair is Well, we have some differing opinions. It's either 22 or it's 25. So it looks like we're maybe 25 rupees. And we're leaving level 7. Bye.
Yeah, and that is absolutely fair. It was the blocks that we're potentially running into in 7, and like you said, Shape 7 is not exactly everyone's favorite trip.
And it's not small. So the odds that you're going to wander in and be able to find, you know, anything in there, as Mags is apparently by a lake, they're not very good. And if you do, it's probably going to be like a boomerang or, you know, something you don't actually need.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we got a check on the Grave Armos, and no item there quite yet.
I wonder if it's going to be Death Armos today. Oh,
Death Armos.
just Andy's telling us something about a blue boomerang. Or at least they're putting the blue boomerang symbol in chat. Metroid Mist is going to go ahead find Shape 6. Now this is another level. This early in the game, unless this enemy set is amazing, and I guess the Stalfos are not terrible, you probably don't want to dig this.
And since we have shapes across the board for all of our levels here today, there have been some fun shapes sometimes where 6 even ends up rivaling 9. Rivaling? That's not the right word. Rivaling 9 in terms of size, sometimes even bigger. So 6 can be a little bit concerning at times. But unwieldy is a great... Unforgiving is a fantastic word.
Unpleasant. Though, here's the thing. Looking at this enemy set so far, I haven't seen Wizropes. I haven't seen Dark Nuts because they're on the overworld. We're getting information that the red candle is in level 5, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. This is where you leave Shape 6 right now.
Yeah, that seems about reasonable to me as well, but we will see. Now, there's a chat called...
Oh,
a big
look at
shield.
This. Night Shifter. Well, Night Shifter was actually saying in chat the other night in one of the last races that I called that they should think about buying a big shield. So I guess I'm not actually surprised that he did. As long as you remember to face in the direction of the thing that is shooting at you and you don't get eaten by a pancake, it's pretty useful. All right, Metroid Mist is doing a great job of thinning down this room. He's going to clear everything except for that blue whiz robe, as we've got a white sword Armos item on Death Armos item, but he got it.
You got it. You were right.
He got it before he died, so that's the important part. All right, white sword is the Armos item. This is really good for Night Shifter, and I'm kind of hoping that the Metroid Mist gets the heck out of here as soon as possible. Though again, these bats are not terrible. You've got a couple of rooms of yuck in the whiz robes. You're going to get a bomb refill. But you want to go and get your Armos item on the off chance that it is exactly something like this.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a nice combat advantage that Night Shifter is going to be taking here over Metroid. But the question, of course, is going to be for how long. We could find something fun inside 6. We could leave and go find Death Armos immediately. There's a lot of options that can level this right back out.
Yep, there's again, we're going to find some of these checks that we've already seen from Metroid side. On Night Shifter side, he's going to refill his bomb pack. All right, doing a great job of taking out... Oh, take it and run.
There's the Triforce.
No, take it and run! No, take it and run.
After seeing that room, I would take it and run.
There we go. We have the Triforce out of the Shape 6 for Metroid Mist at 8 minutes and 30 seconds into the race.
And while we're taking a look at that, Night Shifter was poking around at some hints at Vanilla First Quest level 8, and it appears we have the Magical Boomerang in 7.
Ooh, well, alrighty then. I called it. Anyway, so we're going to find the Woodsword Candle Cave. Now, unfortunately for Night Shifter, I don't remember when his last save was, because here's the thing. He could up a retry, get his money back from buying that blue candle. But the thing is I think it was before he picked up the white sword, and I don't know that you want to retrace all of that progress. But if it was earlier in the game, seriously think about up a retrying, especially since our large secret is in the 60s. He's going to find level 1 underneath the Forest Armos.
Fantastic. I'm sure we're going to see a pirouette here.
Yep. And meanwhile, Metroid Mist has found level 5. Like, this is... So we've got most of our large dungeons and... Oh, no. Well, we died. But we're going to come back. Level 1, generally something you want to dig if you can. That white sword is going to help you out immensely. Dodongo is apparently in the Dead Woods. Well, alright. Thanks, game. I mean, that's level 2. We do want to know that. It's a lot friendlier than level 5, but we're busy in 5 right now.
Okay, it looks like we're going to be making our way back to the Forest Armos. A little bit, a little rough with the Dark Nuts on the overworld, but still making our way over there.
Metroid Mist doing a great job of using half-tile combat against the Gyptos. He's going to get lucky and find a clock, which is going to make this room a lot less dangerous to clear. Night Shifter makes it back into level 1, should up a retry to get his health back. Oh, really?
I was going to say, Night Shifter's going to have to bomb right. You know, entering the screen from the left and also leaving and re-entering. Should have pirouetted both of those bomb holes, so stuck with moving right.
Yeah, we're kind of got a very forced path here. Thankfully, we've got a bomb wall that gets, well, they're back again. But at least we have the white sword and a big shield. So as long as you remember to, again, face in the direction of the thing that is shooting at you and don't get eaten by a pancake, it's really useful. Manhandle threatens at the grave? Apparently we're in the grave. Sorry, level 3. Level 3 is at the grave.
And Metroid taking a death in 5, and I'm impressed that Night Shifter, and I know that Night Shifter purchased the other one of the other games too, has that shield before seeing Wizrobes. I think it was before seeing Wizrobes, which is working out quite well, knowing that they're actually inside of the dungeons themselves, and we are not far from the Triforce in 1. Though I would imagine Night Shifter's going to go dig for those 2 items.
Oh yeah, and the heart too, because at this point we can't even pick up that guaranteed white sword recorder should we eventually find it. Hey, this should be an item. Should, in quotation
unless we're
marks.
secretly segmented.
Well, yes, but here's the thing. Normally that staircase, if we're segmented, is going to occur a lot closer to start. So we're going to have to see. It would be cool if we are, because I love segmented levels 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, all right, I like any level that's segmented. We got the map.
We'll find out. And we are
yeah!
There it is.
Okay, so this is, let's see. First thought is I want to say that it's like a guy getting his shoes shined, and the thing under the 1 is his foot kicked up in the air, and then it's like the little stool that you sit on.
Oh, that's actually fantastic. Yeah. I think that works out well. I look at it.
Stepping on a frog, says chat. Okay, that works too. Gleeok returns in the Dead Woods. So there's lots of stuff over in the Dead Woods.
It's a busy area. Now, with the Dead Woods getting so many different things popping up, I wonder if we're going to see anything quite so interesting as being under Recorder Lake.
I would say...
Oh, actually, that doesn't count as Dead Woods, does it?
No, that's
now that I think about it.
That is by Elite. Good job on the bomb here for Night Shifter. He is remembering to point his shield in the direction of those fireballs from the floor. And Metroid Mist has taken, he's taking his Triforce. He's like, all right, I'm going to go into level 1. This will be fun. I mean, you find this, you dig this.
Oh, absolutely.
Though, oh, good bomb on those guys. He did get damage on that blue Wizrobe. Another hit should take it out, I think, maybe? If we have a sword, by the time the bubbles let us near him. Oh, one more. Shoot.
And this is one of those areas that Night Shifter may be up, and there's the heart on the floor in 1. Night Shifter may be seeing a little bit of a faster route through 1. May. Just due to that.
Oh, he will. That white sword is going to take out the orange Wizrobes faster. It's going to take out the blue Wizrobes faster. It's going to take out most of the enemies a little bit quicker than Metroid has with that wood sword. But again, Metroid's combat is pretty good. It's pretty clean. He just unfortunately couldn't get the heck out of the way between the bubbles and the Wizrobe. So.
Oh, we have another set of stairs in 1. Looks like we will be finding our item right about now.
Yay! How about not a banana? Alright, Metroid should think about leaving the room. Instead, he's gonna bomb those.
It's a banana.
Oh, what the heck, game. Alright, I'm gonna say floor item of red ring because I've been right the last 2 things. So maybe I'll be right this time? I mean, they didn't really want them to find the bananas right off the bat.
Only right when you're intentionally trying to call it for something. I'm sorry, for when you're not trying to intentionally call it for something good. Now that you're aiming for something good, I don't know. We're gonna see.
Okay, red candle. How about a red candle?
There we go.
Red candle, because believe it or not, that red candle Oh, there's the blue boomerang.
Oh, why do? Oh, well then I think I may have missed something on the.
That's okay.
Blue boomerang. Good to know.
Double banana 1 is kind of entertaining, and at least you know what? You know that these other dungeons are gonna have something better in them.
It's a good way to look at it, right? You get rid of all the things you're uninterested in early. At least
Well,
in,
believe
level
it or
1.
not, and this is everybody has their favorite banana for various different reasons, but we're not gonna get into that. The reason you might think about picking up a boomerang early is because what if you run into a room kind of like the bubble room with the whiz robes in it? You need to stun something. The banana can actually stun, either of them can stun that enemy long enough for you to walk up and hit them. So they do have their uses. You can use it to pick up the heart off the floor here on Metroid's side. There are various uses if you find it early enough in the game. Late game, it's just another item on your hotbar.
Yeah, pretty much slowing things down at that point. But early game too, especially before you have the ladder, if you still have sword beams on and you're clearing out the rooms to see what you get, and especially if you're down on bombs, you've been having a hard time with your 10 counts, it's really helpful to be able to throw that out there and pick up some items.
It really is. To answer a question in chat, I think he got clipped by one of the dongos, and when that happens and you're in the middle of trying to bomb them and stab them to death, then it turns the bomb into a heart.
Well, Night Shifter picking up the Triforce in 1, and going off on some more exploration of the overworld.
Yay! We're going on a field trip. I mean, this one has far too many boomerangs in the overworld, but it's okay. Another really good reason to pick up some form of boomerang is that the Lionels, I think, are in the dungeon.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think we've seen them on either the overworld or the dungeons yet, but the odds at this point are definitely saying dungeon.
Good job for Metroid using the damage buffer to walk through the bunny and then finish murdering it. Oh, well, okay, it's on the other side. Maybe that's the slow armors? It's gonna be someone stealing our money. Here comes the map for Metroid. He was probably all excited and was like, you know, I kind of wanted that to be the item. And then he's gonna find the boomerang and be sad.
Yeah, 1 might not be all it's cracked up to be, but that's okay. All that does is
done.
It'll be done exactly. Gives you fewer spots things could be that are much better than that. You know to go look elsewhere, and hey, you figured out those boomerangs instead of going through and digging, you know,
shape 7 just to find a boomerang.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And look at the key count. We're actually going to leave level 1 key positive.
Oh, that is a rarity. Level 1 is very good at eating keys.
Yep, there is the blue boomerang pickup for Metroid. Now, they're going to go back up A and head back to the start because the Triforce is closer to... Triforce is in the other segment. And on the way up there, I think they're going to end up finding the diamond stair that is the banana. Unless they already saw it while I was watching Night Shifter's screen, which is highly possible.
It is possible. In that case, I would have missed it as well, so... I think that is all right. I have to imagine that they may have seen it. Otherwise, I'd be surprised that they would be leaving 1 without digging for everything.
Poor Night Shifter's gonna take an overworld death to an Octorok rock to the face, I guess. Now, here's we're fairly even right now. That Triforce out of 6 is really nice for Metroid, but it wasn't difficult to get to. Where the main difference right now comes in is the different information that all of our runners have gotten, because there's been different hints in all the dungeons, and Night Shifter's already cleared out. Night Shifter's already cleared out a decent amount of the Death Mountain, West Death Mountain. And then chat's letting us know, thank you very much, chat, that apparently we are blocked from the Diamond Staircase. Hey, there's actual hints. Now, I would totally think about up A saving as soon as I go clear this last cave on the coast. He goes by MST like Mist? Okay.
Well, that is good to know. Thank you, Tracy.
Alright, Night Shifter's gonna go ahead and find level 5. Yay. We have keys, which is different than when Mist was in here.
Let's see here. We're gonna pass over that. All right, cool. Oh no, we're gonna go. No, we aren't gonna go back. All right, fantastic. Keep doing some investigation on MST's side.
I'm wondering if he's trying to farm up a little bit of money to get the hints. No, where are we
Very
going?
possible, or
We're
maybe hoping for bombs. Yeah.
Problem is they took.
Oh, and Night
a
Shift
little
taking
bit
a
of
death in
damage.
5.
Oh, we're gonna buy bombs. That's fine. Those are really expensive though.
It's tough.
But I can understand it. You know where level 1 is. Level 1 is small. You don't have much left to clear. You'd rather do this and just get it done and out of the way. And that's fine.
And agreed, chat. This is a rough room, an NSU room. I mean, there are some enemies that can be a real pain when you're in one of these. I mean, Dark Nuts in particular are one of my least favorite ones to run into. But overall, it's just a messy room in general.
Well,
So
my hint here, as far as Night Shifter in a bubble NSU, you had 7 bombs, and every enemy in there responds to bombs. So in that case, if you have no other source of damage, like you don't have a bow, a wand, a red candle, go ahead. Good job for
A great double bomb
MST. Yep, getting both of those Dodongos. Go ahead and just bomb things. Like, there's a really good chance that you're going to end up with bombs coming back anyway if Gibdos are in your dungeon, especially since it's 5 and it's relatively large. Speaking of Gibdos, there's some more of them. Hey, we're going to get a clock, which is really useful. It's not going to drop us anything in the room, which is kind of funny, because that room in a lot of different levels has an item. MST is going to take out he's going to take out the bats.
and we have Night Shifter picking up the floor heart over in 5.
Again, not a bad thing. We only have a couple of hearts. Yeah, we found the banana, and we are sad and leaving level 1. Bye, level 1. Alright, we're moving forward in level 5. And I do want to say that the reason we didn't see as much of this 5 when MST was over here was that he didn't have keys.
Which
At
is
that
fair.
point, he hadn't been in 1, so I think we'd already come through like a key door, or at least 1 at this point.
Yeah, there's been at least 1 key door for sure, and 1 being the Eater of Keys, and 5 generally having a decent amount over in Shapes. I guess it was a little bit of an opposite one this time around.
Yeah.
But,
I would think about taking the... Ooh, this is so... Okay,
Yeah.
in level 5, the item is going to spawn on the center of the tea room. If this was 4, it's going to spawn on the outside. So cycling the room to see where it's going to respawn is a good plan, because if this is an item, a Triforce, or a map, or whatever, it's going to spawn right underneath you.
And there it is!
Triforce out of 5.
Great call.
Oh, I only know because I play, occasionally I'll play seeds with hidden dungeon numbers, and that room is one of the ways to know which dungeon you happen to be in.
Oh, that is a fantastic call out for that.
Alright, we're going to find a Take Any Heart. So that's going to bring MST up to 4, and Night Shifter is going to, well, continue clearing NSU rooms.
Having a load of fun in this room all over again, but it's time to go find that item in 5, it seems.
He's getting lucky, though, and the bubbles are kind of staying out of the way, so he's got most of the room cleared. But I would definitely want to know what the item was. Are we buying arrows? No, we're going to come back later.
And actually, MST has not been to Death Armos yet, so I imagine we'll see that pathing at some. Well, no, we won't do a screen scroll here. We're gonna check out Death Mountain.
Yeah, we're gonna check out the grave, but eventually they are going to work their way down into the Death Armos scream, and they will be able to pick up their white sword as well, which will negate the early offensive difference. But again, this is still, it's still gonna come down to who's got which hints out of which dungeons. Say you take a slightly different path in some of these dungeons and you see a different hint, or you miss a hint. Oh, look, more hints, by the way.
And we're sitting, I mean, we're still pretty even on Triforces. There's a little bit more of a combat advantage on Night Shifter's side, and some information is a little different between the two of them, but it's absolutely an even game.
Wait, Manhandla threatens at the grave, really? Alright. right? Did we see Night? I don't think Night Shifter's made it this far, but there is one more spot remaining before we need a power bracelet. Because if we're looking for something at the grave, which level 3, that hint just said, hey, level 3 is at the grave. If it's not here,
Then we're power bracelet.
we need a power bracelet. Well, that's a good piece of information for kind of us, because neither of our runners, I don't think our runners both have both pieces of the puzzle. Good use of the sword to damage, to use the iframes to walk through the darknet. Night Shifter continuing to just be like, okay, come back and stop running away so I can murder you. And it's not gonna push. Alright, did we not see this screen yet? Because this is the grave as well. Yeah,
I thought we did,
need a
yeah.
power bracelet. Okay.
Well, that's good information to have.
But again, the funny part is that one of them has the hint, and the other one has actually checked the spot, as Night Shifter is going to find that red candle in level 5. This is actually not terrible to find early in the game. This is going to give you a lot of damage in rooms with things like Gorillas and Stalfos. You can just keep flaming them, pushing them against the wall. It's crowd control. It's not a terrible thing to have.
Yeah, anything early game that can give you a combat advantage, you're going to want that.
Alright, so now it's Night Shifter's turn to go into level 6. Oh man. I mean, don't get me wrong, most of the 6 that we saw on MST side was not terrible. It wasn't that bad.
We have MST checking out Spectacle Rock and a little bit of the last little bit of East Death Mountain. And then we should
11, sorry, I was owing an 11 rupee small secret, a 60-something large secret, and an okay medium secret, but man, we could use a little more money. More arrows. Well, thanks. Thanks, game. Night Shifter's gonna throw fire at him and be like, hey, I know. Oh, and then take a Wizard Beam to the face. Alright, so we still haven't seen. The recorder. We need the power bracelet, so we're gonna have to find that. Magical sword's nice to know. Ugh, whiz robes. Now, again, Night Shifter, I think, managed to get out of the pancake before it took his shield, but I can't see at the moment.
Yeah, same.
We got a little bit of a ladder block towards the top half. Now, unfortunately, the dig in 5 did eat most of the keys that Night Shifter had picked up.
We have Night Shifter down to not a large shield anymore.
Oh, mean pancake. Alright, MST's gonna go back, find one of the any roads from the other side. Not gonna check them, it's fine. There's lots of exploration down in this area. Alright, Night Shifter's making good use of that red candle. He's gonna get some damage on the Stalfos. Oh, sure.
Those whiz robes are not the friendliest.
Well, the problem is he went back onto full tile. If he had stayed... So here's the thing about whiz robes. Their beam, if they are facing down towards you, is going to be on the left side of the block. If you stay to the right side of the block, they can't hit you. It's going to look like they can hit you, but they actually, due to how the game's programmed, they can't. So Night Shifter, when he moved back into the full block. There's our recorder, by the way. He moved back into the full block, which meant that the Wizrobe could then hit him. And it's really kind of difficult to set up in a room where there are no lines on the floor. So, you know. Really? Game, can we have an item, please? Oh. Oh, alright. Now, unfortunately for Night Shifter, the bubbles are just not making this easy. Oh, the fairy's good. He might actually get out of this room alive, see what respawns. All right, we got a bomb pickup there for MST.
Gonna reset once more and see if we can get rid of the Paul's voice or the Wizard. We sure can.
That's awesome. I mean, if we can get rid of that bunny, this is a wonderful enemy set. It's going to take a little bit more time resetting some of these rooms, but if it's something you can kill with a candle, isn't a Wizrobe,
Exactly.
that's a win. However, the room says no, you don't get anything. Well, there's the heart. We know that I think MST came over here, because I think I remember the Stalfos is eating that.
And it looks like MST is on their way over to the Death Armos, so we are going to go and close that combat advantage relatively soon.
Well, here's the thing. This is going to feel a little unfortunate. We just have to live long enough to get it, for one. There we go. We got it. This is where you're just going, oh, how long ago did my opponent get this? This is a little bit easier when it's something that's like a banana or a heart or, you know, even just a red candle sometimes. But the fact that it's the white sword and it's 30 minutes into the game, you may be feeling a little bit nervous about it.
And who knows, if you're feeling a little bit behind, if you take a few extra chances, could be good, could be bad.
Oh, come on. Night Shifter, set up the Canada key. You can do it. No. All right. I do believe that room should respawn. Because, yeah, bats and a red candle, that's like, that is a beautiful thing.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, this is the Triforce room. We didn't see MST go any further than this. Because again, if the game's gonna give you, oh, we're gonna set up a Canada key on this. Go, Night Shifter, go. And answer a question in chat. Yeah, MST's on chat. He's on a console. It actually reminds me of how the last time I great Canada key. Oh, beautiful. It reminds me of what my TV looked like the last time I played an actual NES. So it's like all the nostalgia hitting all those buttons. Alright, Night Shifter's gonna go ahead and clear this room so that he can get the shutter door open. Oh, are we just gonna go take that? No, we're gonna go check the other one. Oh, no. Okay.
Let's say I think Night Shifter's already been.
This is the Wizrobe.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
Well, if he can... Nope, get out. Get out, get out, get out.
Oh, tough spot.
Well, alright, so interesting lockpicking strat. Believe it or not, the game, in its all of its wonder, when one door opens, oddly enough, they all technically open for a moment. So you can trick the game into letting you through the door as long as you enter the other room and then re-enter the room you just left from. It will save it because the game saves upon the screen transition. So it's just it's kind of a thing that Canana Phone actually made very popular. That, you know, we kind of take advantage of. We're going to pick up the Triforce and run away from Shape 6.
And hopefully there's nothing that's going to send anybody back there because it's going to be a load of fun getting through those blue Wizrobes.
Yeah. Maybe we'll go back when we have found like a red ring somewhere. Oh, is he going back in? No? All right.
Oh, committing to the dig.
MST is going to find a very, very pink level 8 over in the, I think we're in the Deadwoods. And an immediate staircase of some kind. With a ladder in it. Okay. This is okay. Alright, this is not a bad thing to find at this point in the game. That will potentially get us the any key off the coast, which with Shapes dungeons, especially Shapes 9 out there, would be nice to have. Night Shifter is going to take on these Wizrobes again because this is a potential push block room in the flag set. Now, Night Shifter is doing a great job of taking advantage of the fact that in rooms with blocks, sometimes the Wizrobes get stuck in a certain pattern. He's got beam swords, and he's planting bombs carefully, and then entering and exiting the room, so that room will go back to just having, it's just going to have the 3 Wizrobes, even though he has died. But before that, he was doing a great job of taking advantage of the Wizrobes being stuck in a pattern.
It was great safety to leave and come back, because you never know how it's going to end up going.
Exactly.
And we have our Lionels in level 8.
Yeah, this is where that boomerang comes in handy, is because you'll come into some of these rooms and, you know, you'll just need to be able to kind of herd them, especially if it's bubble room. And as soon as you hit them with the boomerang, they stop moving. All right, here we go again. Oh, Night Shifter.
We got another one down and another.
Yep. Yeah, this is good. Save the room. I'm just really hoping at this point that this is the item. Otherwise, this is a lot of resources spent and time to clear this room. Alright, MST's bombing around here in level 8. Oddly enough, it looks like we're partially ladder blocked from a section of it. Ladder and key. It's very handy that the ladder is one room into the save. This is a great set. Now, that white sword pickup is really good for MST right now because these are some of your tankier enemies that you're going to find outside of the blue whiz robes. And the dark nuts who are on the overworld. Oh, uh-oh.
Another death over in 6. I mean, you get it with all the digging that's been going on. If you're on Team Night Shifter, you really have to hope that pushes, and it's a really important item.
Yeah, a red ring right now would be really, really nice. The bow would be really, really nice. Anything that's actually necessary to complete the game. The power bracelet that we know they're going to need would be really, really nice. By the way, that was a great block clip for MST to get up into one of those blocks so that he could kill the first pair of landmos. Unfortunately, the left side landmo is not going to be as kind. Even if it is the calm, chill orange guys. Okay, get out of the room.
Down. Last whiz robe, and then we get to know for sure.
Please be an item, and yeah, please don't be segmented. All right, one more hit. There you go.
One. That would be an adventure.
Oh, rotten game. It's okay. He knows. He knows for sure. We're gonna get to finally see what's over in this direction. I would have cried if it was more whiz robes. Alright, MST's being patient. He, unfortunately, with only the blue candle, he's only got one flame to throw at the orange whiz robes, and it's not quite enough. He does have bombs.
Thankfully, by going left, Night Shifter went ahead and found a key, and can now progress a little bit further past where those blue whiz robes were.
Oh,
and find the Gleeok.
Yeah, but here's the good news. We don't have to kill him. He's not a staircase. We already got the tray. Oh, shoot.
Well, that is not the best possible room.
So now, if you're on Team Night Shifter, you're hoping that there is absolutely nothing that we need here in this level 6. Because we should leave now. Good fairy pickup for MST, because unfortunately he's going to have to re-kill the orange wizrobes. This might actually give him enough health to be able to take out these orange wizrobes. Yep. Get to the door. Safety door. Okay. Or just murder them. And
push, it does.
It does. Yep. Alright, it's going to be a transport. So MST has a couple of rooms that he can go before that room will respawn. So I would seriously think about clearing this room, going back and taking that transport staircase just to make sure of what's on the other side. Good job using the bombs to soften up the Gibdos.
And keep me honest on this one, CD. Shapes 8, unless it's segmented, is going to have one transport. Is that accurate?
Yes, it will have one transport. So if you've already found one end of the transport, you find another transport stair, don't always assume that it's just the other end. Sometimes you really just want to take it to make sure. Because if you pop out somewhere like this, there's a chance that, you know, it's not what you thought. So I think this is just a really big 8. good use of the boomerang from MST to take out the Dig Dogger and get rewarded with a key. Night Shifter, meanwhile, is going to find the hint about the location of the recorder.
Blue Landmos, never anyone's favorite.
Yeah, if he is fast, he might be able to clip up into that block, but checking to see if there's another way around is a good plan. With the shutter door closed at the top, that won't be a staircase. Hey, we found level 4!
Yeah, at the top of the waterfall.
Yay! So let's see. We know that I think it's level 3. Have we seen 2 in the Dead Woods?
2's in the Dead Woods. I don't think we've seen it yet. 3 is the one at the grave that is almost. I mean, it is certainly power.
It's power bracelet
blocked.
blocked. Yeah. So I think the only things we're actually missing. I mean, we know the locations of them, but we haven't actually gotten eyes on them. Are 2 and 3. And I imagine the only reason we haven't seen 2 yet is because we found 8 first. Groupie boss.
Sure, there's definitely a few spots that we still have to make our way to in Dead Woods. Watch it be in the southwest corner entirely.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you've got the recorder. You're deep in a Shapes 8. Take it and leave.
Absolutely.
He hasn't seen. You know, we haven't seen 2, 3, 4. He hasn't seen the item in 5, so that makes perfect sense. All right. 2 should be coming up here in the next couple of screens because it will not be under Recorder Lake.
Yep, that was a good catch for calling that one out. Oh, and there it is right there. Right near 8.
There we go. Hey, it's a nice pumpkin-y color. Okay, we're gonna get a bomb refill in the lobby. Now, this enemy set in level 4 is not bad. With that red candle and the white sword, we could just kind of burn everything.
True, and hopefully that'll make for a quick level 4 over on Night Shifter's side. We're sitting even on Triforces too, so being able to go through some of these pretty quickly will be helpful.
Hey, got a map. Oh, it's not segmented, darn.
Fun for the viewers, fun for the commentators, not as much fun for the runners though when it's segmented.
Oh, I mean, I enjoy playing segmented shapes. I am one of those weird people that I just don't like vanilla very much. Outside of ice cream. And I didn't bring any ice cream home from work. I do have a chocolate Nutella no-bake cheesecake, however, hanging out in my refrigerator.
Well, that sounds like a fun little treat once it's over.
It'll be too late at night. Hey, we're gonna get Y-Force in level 2, but I imagine we're gonna see MST go back in.
Yeah, with a map that small and knowing that there's at least one item hanging out in there on the floor, it's absolutely worth digging at this stage.
Yeah, and the heart too. At this point in the game, we still would like a few more hearts, especially since with the addition to the flags, the magical sword is locked at 10 hearts to pick it up. And I mean, you know, damage is good. Alright, Night Shifter has found a compass in 4. We still haven't found the map yet. We could use some more bombs if the Gibdos would cooperate. Hey!
There they go.
Yeah, can I go back to calling that and calling red rings just randomly showing up and not double banana 1?
I mean, it worked so well for the boomerangs. I mean, we really got just a last minute unexpected, hey, what if? It's been working out fantastic.
Okay, well, I'm still cheering for a red ring on the floor somewhere, and it would have to be 2. Alright, Night Shifter has decided, I think I've seen enough of this level 4 at the moment. We're going to wander away. It might be a key issue. Because all of those excess keys that we took out of level 1, they're gone.
True, and even with bombs are at a bit of a premium right now for Night Shifter.
Yeah.
So anything that's chewing up resources right now is not necessarily their friend.
Goma creeps along the coast. Yep, we saw that. Thanks, though. Well, okay, so this could have a floor drop of some kind. Yeah. Oh, I know what this reminds me of now. Okay, this reminds me of Dobby the House Elf. He's dancing.
Okay, I was gonna say, can I see it?
He's
But yes,
dancing.
if he's dancing, I see it right now. Absolutely.
He's like, yay, I got a sock. I'm really, really excited. And he's dancing.
All the drops we've seen in the top left of level 2 looks like we're heading for the top right now, and Night Shifter unfortunately taking a death on the overworld.
Yeah, this is kind of a difficult overworld to traverse on occasion, especially if you end up with a couple of screens that have like a mixed enemy set. So you're not only trying to dodge, Octoroks and projectiles, but you also have to dodge blue dark nets. Like this screen is not great.
Oh, and that was worth the dig over in level 2. It looks like we just got the bow off the ground.
Yay! All right, so now we're really hoping that MST picks up arrows. Because at this point in the game, you could use some extra damage, and that bow is going to help you out a lot in the rooms that are full of bubbles. We're going to pick up a heart out of a take any. That's a good plan. There comes Night Shifter doing the same thing, so they're even on hearts still.
So, as much as those arrows will definitely add offense, MST may be holding on to the money to pick up the blue ring. Just in case.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea, but at the same time, you have to kind of... and everybody has to make this choice for themselves. I know I can't finish the game on green tunic. It's not something I do easily. But... every so often, if I'm having a hard time in dungeons with a lot of bubble rooms, I will still try to find a reusable source of offense, rather. Night Shifter's gonna take a lot of damage trying to get into vanilla level 1. We're gonna recorder back to level 6 for MST.
Oh, interesting. Are we gonna go?
I don't know that he actually got to finish this corner out when he was up here before, but I don't think this is what he was aiming for. I think he might be trying to get to one of the hint screens. I think was close to one of these, yeah.
Yeah, there was a hint screen, one to the left and one down, I believe.
Speaking of blue ring money, Night Shifter's got it. He's just picked up one of his last large secrets.
So I'll absolutely agree with you on it's tough on the green tunic. Heck, sometimes it's tough even on the white tunic to go ahead and close out level 9, depending on how messy that enemy set is. So I tend to be one of those people who would choose the defense over the offense when they had the opportunity. But getting both is absolutely primo.
Oh, I want everything. All right, we're back at 6. I think we're having some trouble recording. Night Shifter is 1 heart away from being able to pick up the magical sword, for sure. MST is going to enter 5. Now, this makes perfect sense. You know it's here. You haven't gotten the Triforce. You haven't seen the item. We know, however, it's going to eat quite a lot of those keys unless he finds a much more efficient route than Night Shifter did. But the ladder will help him in these bubble rooms to stay out of the way of the bubbles. Is the recorder the Bubble Bobble song? I'm not sure. I'm not really good at the recorder stuff unless it's, one of the Zelda songs or a lot of like cartoon themes.
I think that might be it. Chat, that is a wonderful guess. Been sitting here trying to figure it out myself. I think you are spot on.
Yay, chat. All right, Night Shifter is headed in the direction of, he's gonna go finish clearing the dead woods. I'm wondering, because he hasn't done the grave area either. When he gets to the grave, hopefully he remembers that hint from earlier that told us that level 3 is in the grave, so he will know that he's going to need the Hello Brain power bracelet.
Yep, absolutely.
And yeah, Proc, our tracker in chat, is saying that they think MST forgot about the any key on the coast. He also, like, that level 1 is kind of close to it, but you'd have to walk around quite a bit. So it's a little bit of a trek.
And right now with 5 keys, it's not that bad. But as they get chewed up, it might get a lot more painful, and the any key might become a lot more viable.
Yeah, as long as he's got enough keys to be able... Good ladder clip, by the way. And here's the sad part. The Triforce is about to spawn exactly where he left. But we do get to see... Oh, there we go. Another ladder clip. He's going for it. As Night Shifter picks up his 10th heart, he's still in the area of where Mags was. So does he go back immediately? All right. I still have a hard time with this.
Oh, me too. Me too. I had one of my races the other night. I was at this for a good 60 seconds plus.
I've only gotten it to work once. All right, MST picks up his Triforce out of level 5. Does he go back in or is he leaving? Nope, we're going back to 6.
And Night Shifter is going straight from Mags, it looks like.
Okay, I like this play on Night Shifter's side. This is going to give you a major offensive upgrade, and it's guaranteed. Now, we didn't see the item here in 6, so there's a chance that it's still good, but having the Triforce out of here as well, it's a tough call. I'm kind of hoping we're going to see MST leave because it's shape 6, and it could be ginormous. All right, Night Shifter's got mags in hand. MST is going to go ahead and leave. I think, are we looking for the hint shop that was somewhere over here in the forest? Because I think he just did an up-A save.
That's very possible, yeah. And I got to think on MST's side, they're missing 2, 3. Oh no, they have 2. I'm sorry. They're missing 3, and they know that the items are missing in 6 and 7 and 8. There's a lot going on there. I think that we might see some overworld exploration to try to hit the 3 before going back to any of the other stuff, and potentially the 4 before we start seeing them take any of the larger ones like 6 and 8.
Well, I don't know that they've actually. Did they make it into 7 when they were up here before? Because I thought they just did the 2 levels, but we're about to find out if it's already bombed open. Night Shifter is going to find 8. He's going to get his ladder very, very quickly. Okay, so he probably already saw 7. We're going to go do the grave area, the Lost Hills area. Here comes the ladder for Night Shifter. Oh, don't! No! Oh my. Well, alright, that's a lot of rupees. Well, no, I can't actually. That's a terrible large secret, so I can't say it's a lot of rupees on the floor. But that is a fair amount of rupees just sitting there.
More than you want to lose.
Yeah, but he's about to find level 4, so this is good. Here comes some Landmo fun for Night Shifter. With the red candle and the magical sword, this should go a lot faster, as long as he doesn't take too much damage. Alright, level 4 for Metroid.
MST opening us up with a pirouette. And ideally we'll get an opportunity to see what the item is here.
We saw Night Shifter clear this, so...
Did we?
Yeah, Night Shifter was in this room. He cleared it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, not in this room, but in general in 4.
Oh, yeah, in the yes. Yeah. We didn't get the item in 4. I can't remember if we were key blocked or we just didn't find it. Alright, Night Shifter has the ladder out of 8. He's going to basically do the same thing we saw MST do. It's wander around, clear as many rooms as you can. Now, that magical sword, however, if we can manage to not take a bunch of damage, is going to come in handy and make clearing it a lot faster than it was for MST with just the white sword. Though, that's with the codicil that we have to stay alive.
And with the money that they have now, that blue ring's looking better and better.
It really is, but I would really want to see one of them, like, I would love to see one of them take the hints. Up-A, save scum the hints, because they're all useful in this mode, and for both of our runners, while they have, a couple different items, they're still missing a decent amount of stuff. They don't know for sure. Night Shifter got the hint about where 3 is. MST cleared the grave. I don't remember if they saw the hint. There's the heart on the floor of the Gibdo. I would want to see them check the hints. At least one shop, Yeah,
I can agree with that. As you said, do a little up-A and save. Maybe little saves coming there, and ouch. Night Shifter taking the death to the landmine.
He lived for a while there. All these keys, MST's just kind of burning through them because, again, he's got the ladder. If he remembers to go get it, he can get any key off the coast. Night Shifter's going to continue going this way. A Gibdo with a heart. Yeah, mummies can have hearts. Putz is finishing up with scarecrows can have brains. Sure. I think this is like the 3rd or 4th Wizard of Oz book, and they all have parts. Oh yeah, we were ladder blocked in 4, weren't we?
Well, if that's the case, it should be easy for MST.
Yeah, exactly. He'll be able to continue on. Night Shifter is also going to find his Triforce here in level 8. Does he stay or does he leave? Because again, you still have 2 and 3 out there somewhere. We're recording. Maybe we're going to 1. That's 5. Are we going to walk down? I think he's aiming to go to 1, possibly. We're going to get the item in 4, which is the raft. Thanks, game. I mean, don't get me wrong. From MST's point of view right now, that raft could still potentially be useful. Maybe if he didn't see the hint about level 3 being at the grave. Night Shifter is making an any key play. Or hints. Hints! Yes!
Love hints. There we go.
Thanks, game.
Love helpful hints.
I mean, it's, hey, there's the Triforce out of 4. He's got the information about the bow now, so that's going to even that out a little bit. 19. Let's go. And he knows the raft is in level 4, so he doesn't have to get the item out of 4 as soon as he figures out where the 3 is power bracelet blocked.
And we see MST picking up that Triforce in 4, so that should go ahead and put them at 6 out of 8. So
yep,
far.
they definitely have the Triforce lead. It's just there's so much left to clean up right now. There is the any key pickup for Night Shifter. We're gonna whistle somewhere, it looks like, as long as Zora doesn't do that. Jerkface Zora. MST, I think, is also trying to whistle to 1 because it is a slightly faster walk to go get that any key. And hints. Please get the hints on your way there. Night Shifter's gonna go back to level 6. Alright, this is interesting. I'm wondering if with the any key they're just going to go through those couple of key doors that we couldn't progress through. MST is going to skip the hints for now.
They have seen a good amount of 6 at this point, and keeping in mind too that they haven't seen everything out there. They may be feeling at this point in the seed where we're about an hour in that something is going to be blocked on the overworld. And they have to take for that item with what they have.
Oh, just run. Just run through that wizard room. Don't go back there. With the ladder and the any key, this is actually really good for Night Shifter because this gets us to this corner that we couldn't get through. I would so pick up those rupees. They're like, that's extra hint money. Alright, MST has his any key. He's gonna head up I don't know if he saved, but he's got 255 rupees. Are we going to see the blue ring purchase, or are we gonna go get a big shield? But, for sure, we're about to get mags.
Back on even footing with combat.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I mean, this is anybody's race still right now. Night Shifter hasn't found 2, but once you start checking the dead woods, that's not gonna be super difficult to find. And with the information that the bow is in there, you know, this is not a problem. But you know what I meant. Very true, Putz. And when you come join us in a race, then you could totally win. I mean, I'm terrible at this game. You could totally beat me. I also don't generally care about winning, so...
It's about the fun, right? That's why we play it. That's why we all watch it.
Yeah.
It's all for fun.
Exactly. Alright, MST is going to continue searching all of these spots. Night Shifter's going to double back after reaching a slight dead end in 6. I really like the map. Like, you're digging something this large, you'll want the map, and this is a big 6. Alright, is it? Yes!
There
It's ladder
it is.
blocked. Alright. Oh, this this is great. We've only got 2 rooms left. This is one of the old guys from the Muppet Show. Waldorf or Stadler from Side Profile. There's an arrow pickup for MST. There is going to be our item. We've got the
last
NED.
room searched.
Ooh.
And it's the red ring.
Woohoo! My favorite item in the entire game. Now, while this is not what we were looking for, we're not saying no to this.
There's no regret over spending money now.
Oh no, this is definitely go pick up everything else. And Chad is saying that it reminds them of Vanilla Level 7, which is totally valid because it really does look like Vanilla Level 7. All right, so Night Shifter has now turned a lovely shade of green. He's gonna go back to exploring the Dead Woods. MST is gonna go do West Death Mountain, which he hasn't done yet. So again, makes perfect sense. You're gonna complete all the checks you haven't up until now. Night Shifter finds very orange level 2.
Absolutely, and Night Shifter knows that the bow's in here, and well, we probably would have dug level 2 anyways, knowing the size and how easy things might be. It's for sure Night Shifter's gonna be poking around until that bow is found, which I think was in the very last piece.
It's in Dobby's nose.
Dobby's nose, exactly.
It's in Dobby's nose. He's dancing. He's such a happy little elf. But yeah, so here's the thing about level 2 though. Since you're looking for a floor drop, you're going to be clearing pretty much everything. So Night Shifter may end up getting Y-Forced. I think it was this room. Because it's kind of hard not to. Oh! No, he's going to pick it up. Alright, go back in. Meanwhile, MST is continuing to clear out Death Mountain. He's about to find his last any road from the bomb side instead of coming out through the any road. Night Shifter's gonna go back in looking for the bow. Alright, chat is saying it is a little bonsai tree or Pixar's lamp. That is also very fair.
Oh, those are good. I'm liking Dobby though. Dancing.
Well,
Dobby.
you know the best thing about the Name the Shape game? Nobody's ever wrong because everything looks like something else to everybody. I mean, there is no losing in the Name the Shape game because you're goofing off. All right, so MST is gonna go back into level 6. I think they've just put it together that they definitely need a power bracelet because he's got the raft, and with the ending key, he should be able to get through here as well. The ending key and the ladder. Oh, that's a good point. Did Night Shifter actually go down and bomb the coast? Because if he didn't, he may not have seen 9 yet.
I think they both bombed the coast at approximately the same time.
Oh yeah.
They're like a screen or 2 off.
Okay.
So I think that they're all aware of where they sit right now.
Okay, good. Because I'm trying to remember. Oh, this is a mean room.
It's not as bad as it was on previous trips though, with the magic sword.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. This Wizrobes. These Wizrobes are just terrible. Alright, we're gonna bomb. Again, you're gonna clear everything in this level 2. Let's just see. If he goes out to the nose first, then he'll have the bow here in just a minute. So that'll be a little bit faster out. MST is gonna go back into this 6. I'm trying to think of how we got to the room where we were ladder and key blocked. We had to go through the Gleeok.
Yeah, it was the Gleeok after the blue Wizrobe room, right after the transport.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta. Okay, so the transport would get in there a little bit quicker. Good combat here from MST. Night Shifter's gonna go ahead, finish up in level 2, and continue searching the overworld. He did get the hint that 3 is at the grave.
So with 3 at the grave, and knowing that we have to have a power bracelet to get to that, we're missing items in 7 and 8 at this point in time, and I don't believe the power bracelet can be in 9. Oh, it can't be a 9, so we have to
it can't be a 9.
the
Yeah.
Triforce.
Exactly.
So,
so
so
this
as
is a
a
good
result,
path. Oh, MST, go south. He's just kind of, without taking the transport, sorry to interrupt you, he's just kind of lucked into the path he needs to take to get to the item. He just has to go 1 room to the south. There we go. Alright, red ring for MST. Chat pointing out that Night Shifter picked up a red potion. He's already got the magical sword. He's got the red ring. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. You still have a massive amount of money, but still. And yeah, you are completely right, Neon. The power bracelet is either in 7 or 8. Not really sure which yet.
Now the question is they both know that in 8 they got the ladder. They don't know what the other item is, and for those who have seen 7, which I think is both of them at this point, it was barely a touch. So do you go and dig all of 7, or work off of your knowledge of what is in 8 right now, and hope for the best?
I think they're both going to 7. Mainly because they went to the top northeast corner of the
Yeah, that is true.
and they need the Triforce. Now, Metroid got the Triforce out of 4, so Night Shifter will have to go back into level 4 at some point and get all the way to the top. Oh, I would buy that. Yeah. I mean, it's only +2, but right now it's technically 9, so that seems okay.
Paul's voice and Wizrobes, always a fun combination.
Oh, there should be quotation marks around that. Fun! Both of our runners with a massive amount of money are going to go ahead and pick up the bomb upgrade. Again, just being able to carry 2 more bombs is very beneficial. The arrows with the presence of Paul's voice in here is going to work out pretty good for MST, especially if we see something Goma blocked. He'll be able to clear it. And the cat says hi.
Oh, hello. Both of them right around in the same area of 7. Oh, and there's our map that we get to... Oh, that is something.
Let's see. I kind of want to say, if you've played Pokemon, there's the thing that looks like an elephant? Donphan?
I feel like that might be newer than Pokemon Red and Blue, which was my Pokemon, thank you.
Oh, Putz! Putz, I love this one! Putz is saying it's Gargamel from the Smurfs drinking coffee. Because of the nose, and he's facing to the left. I like this. Good job, Putz. See? This is the fun. Is everybody gets to play the Shapes game, and everybody gets to be right.
Absolutely.
Okay, we've got a person cooking food in a pan and then leaning over to see what's going on. All right, I like this one as well. Meanwhile, Night Shifter is going to work his way. He's kind of avoided that little, if it's Gargamel, it's the coffee cup. And he's kind of working, he's focusing on going straight up the, I guess, the shoulder.
Yeah, well, MST has seen the bulk of, actually probably all of the coffee cup at this point in time, so we know that neither of the items we're looking for are hanging out there.
And answer comment in chat, depends upon how new of a Pokemon. I mean, there is a Copperaja in Generation 8. I haven't gotten that far. I played like 4 or 5 different Pokemon games, so I think the furthest, there's the Triforce. I would so want to just take that and gamble on it being in 8, except for we've already seen like half of the 7. But yeah, I haven't gotten that far in Pokemon yet. Alright, let's see if this is going to be our push block. Now, we still have a transport staircase in here somewhere. That's our transport. I would almost have taken that, to be honest. Alright, Putz, I like this. Putz says, you know, silvers are in 7 in the nose because it's blue and the Smurfs are blue. Alright, sure. I like this. Oh, these Wizards are terrible, but thank goodness we have Magical Sword and a Red Ring. Good job, Night Shifter. This is either the other end of the transport or the item.
And it's the transport.
Womp. So here's the sad part. We have to clear all of this person cooking or Gargamel's head in order to find the item. I mean, on the
think.
plus side, there's quite a few things that it could be. Well, not quite a few things, but most of the things we could find are very, very useful, especially if somehow we find silvers.
True. I gotta say, I think Putz is gonna be right. We're gonna find it at the tip of the nose because it's the most entertaining way to look at it.
It's also the most far out of the way point, and that single block is not gonna push. MST is gonna go ahead and do the same thing, clear this room because it's a potential staircase, and then be a little fussy with the game when it is not, in fact, the item. Oh, don't get grabbed there, Night Shifter. Alright, now this is find the bomb wall. Night Shifter's actually down to just 2 bombs to Night Shifter's 8. Actually, now he's down to 1. Oh my. We have a potion on Night Shifter's side, and if this is the item staircase, that is a thing.
This tease about
Stop
to grab the wall
hugging
now.
Wizrobe beams.
Oof. Well
It's
done.
not. Okay, good
Oh.
job clearing the room. No, you're I would push that twice too myself. I'd be like, come on, game. MST is gonna up A and go back to the start of 7.
Yeah, you picked up a clock in the room with the wall masters
Oh,
accidentally and
no.
couldn't get out.
I hate when that happens. Night Shifter's got the potion at the ready. And we're taking a slightly step over the water to reach the power bracelet. The power bracelet's in a ladder blocked level. We saw a lot of ladders, or a lot of moat rooms in 8. So, did you know, oddly enough, when the game gives you those hints, it's only referring, so there's generally more than one path to an item. So if it's not specifically like talking about an enemy that you need to beat in order to get to the item, you could still potentially be able to get to that if it says like step over the water. It just means that one path to the item is going to be ladder blocked. And here we go, we're gonna go see Gargamel's nose.
That is actually an interesting tidbit of information. I did not know that. So I've assumed that when I read something like that, gotta go find that ladder.
And sometimes it's true, like if you're in a small level, but say you're in something like an 8, there's still a chance that you'll be able to get to
There it is, chat called it.
No!
Oh, in the worst place to take a death.
No! Good job, Putz! Oh, Night Shifter! Oh, poor Night Shifter's gonna take an unfortunate death to the bunny. He has no arrows, so he couldn't just clear the room. MST is gonna go ahead and go back, but here's the thing. Deny to see if it was silvers. That's, maybe. But alright, so, Night Shifter knows exactly where he's going. We've got a raid in chat. Thank you very much, Tall Maple, for the raid. Night Shifter knows exactly how to get there. He's going to take, I think, the transport staircase and then just do the same path because that's the easiest way to get there. MST still has a few rooms up here that they're going to have to clear. So time-wise, this is going to end up evening out a little bit because MST picked up the Triforce and left, and now he's going to go back and clear some of these. Alright, Night Shifter, he's only a couple of rooms away. Oh dear. Just don't take any more damage and we'll be fine. MST is about to find the staircase and it's almost like they're 1 room away. Alright, what do we got? It's the required power bracelet. Yeah, we need that. Don't hug the bunnies! Alright, MST is on his way to go back to his last level. Now, you could pretty safely say that this is, oh dear, Putz. You could definitely say that MST does have a bit of a lead right now because he doesn't have to go back into 4 to get the Triforce. He still has to get into 3, and that's his last Triforce, and then we have to figure out where silvers are. But at this point, he's 1 Triforce in the lead on Night Shifter. Who's gonna pick up his Triforce out of 7. Where? Oh, we're gonna buy a potion. This is a good idea.
Even with that one Triforce lead, I mean, Night Shifter's seen 4. It shouldn't be terribly hard to go through and pick that up. And who knows what 3's going to have in store for us, not to mention 9.
I'd answer a question in chat. He didn't skip it. He got it. He went down into the staircase and he picked it up. At least I believe he did.
I was going to say,
he's headed
actually,
in the direction of the grave push block, isn't he?
I was sitting here thinking myself, and I didn't know if the stream stuttered or not, but I also didn't see it happen. But I was assuming that there's no way that he'd leave it there.
Well, we're about to find out. I couldn't imagine he thought he missed it. He went back in the room. Oh,
Very easily could have been a
We're about to find out. He is heading straight to the grave push block, though. Diesel's saying he did leave it there. I don't know, guys. We're about to find out. I mean, we knew MST was in the lead, but that would be worse. Oh no, he had other spots over in the grave. Oh dear.
Good to know that the power bracelet was a hint, though, if we'd gone looking
that's-
earlier.
Yeah, feat of strength will lead to the silver arrow. The silvers are in 3, by the way. And yeah, Diesel's clipped it. Oh, Night Shifter, what did you do? So he should know now, right now, that 3 is under the power bracelet. He's whistling back to 7. And wow, is that going to give MST a lot of time?
Yeah, he's gonna be hitting a rush mode at this point, knowing that something like that was important. Has to go all the way back to the tip of the nose.
Yeah, that's not good. I just automatically figured he grabbed it while he was down there. So we've actually seen this happen a couple of times in a bunch of different tournaments at a bunch of different skill levels. Oddly enough, the runner, the Gargamel is cursing Papa Smurf. So sometimes you get so focused on finding specific things that you just kind of blank out, and you're like, oh, I found all of the levels. You know, I'm good, and this is kind of what happens. MST is going to immediately find a staircase in 3. It is segmented! Now, MST doesn't have the hint that the silvers are in 3.
That's true. The question becomes, does MST feel behind in any way? Because they may just grab the Triforce and get out of here, and gamble that the silvers are elsewhere. Probably not, since 3 is small enough, but they might.
I don't know. All right, here's the Triforce for Night Shifter. He's got it. He's basically going exactly back where he was before. There's the heart for MST. Good job dodging all of the Lionel beams. But yeah, this definitely is a lesson to learn, is that unless you for sure know where every single one of your levels are, don't leave any important items behind. Alright, back through the any roads. He's gonna be into level 3 here in a minute, and then we still have 9 ahead of us, so it could still be, you know, a toss-up.
That's the great equalizer for a reason. 9 can do 9 things all day long.
And it's shapes. And maybe we'll get lucky and it'll actually be segmented, because I love segmented 9s. Oh, this is cute. This, for some reason, is reminding me of something random from, like, Invader Zim.
I was just viewing this as a little stick figure person planting a flower.
Ah, that's cute. I like that one, too. Alright, Night Shifter is on the screen that he needs. He knows the silvers are in here. That hint is really good. Chat is saying it's a genie coming out of a lamp. It's also... oh dear. There was a Gobo-blocked door in 3, but here's the thing. Most of the walls in 3 are going to bomb. So there is potentially... oh.
Well, that is a...
silvers are here! Silvers are here. Silvers are either right here or, you know... they are somewhere in this... they're somewhere in this dungeon. Oh dear. Game's got jokes. A Space Invader firing its laser. Okay, level 2 boss from Link's Awakening. I don't remember that boss well enough. I did play that one. That was kind of fun.
It was a great one when they did the remake on the Switch too. That was
it's so
was
pretty.
very well done. I know.
All right, so Night Shifter needs the map. Here comes the second bomb upgrade. Oddly enough, Night Shifter has enough money to be able to afford it. Does he have enough bombs to get there, though, is the question. Come on, jump the wall, buddy. Now this is potentially an item push block room in 3. And that would be good for Night Shifter if he can get down there. Nope, it doesn't push. So the only, like, really bad thing here for Night Shifter would be if, because of the placement of the Goma, if it ends up being a right side stair, if he cannot get around the Goma block, which is also the Triforce. Goma, please let us walk. Thank you. Because if he tries to bomb to the left, there we go. Yeah, see, he's good. He can get around this.
So we're running out of places to search over in level 3.
Yeah, our silvers are here, though. We know this. They're not in that room. Trying to wonder what Night Shifter hasn't cleared so that he hadn't found the map yet?
Oh, we have a reverse C in a room full of blue Lynels.
Oh, I
Maybe
think
you've
we
seen
have
our
a
item
winner.
here.
Yeah, I think we have a winner. This is like the last room that MST hasn't cleared, so... Oh, careful, Night Shifter. There's the map. Okay. He managed to get a bomb refill as well. And it looks like he's headed in the right direction to go get the silvers, so they're not that far apart. And again, the difference is going to come down to Night Shifter has to go back to level 4. If he doesn't die here. Please don't die here. Ah!
Oh.
Okay. Alright, MST has his silver arrows. He knows where the Triforce is. He's already cleared the Goma. He's just got to walk back in that room. Night Shifter is hopefully going to head directly back to where he was. He does have a red potion. It'd be really nice if these guys would drop us a little bit of health.
And with that, MST is ready for level 9.
Yeah, so, Neon, what are you looking for in level 9?
Well, in level 9, we are looking for 2 things. Number 1 is we are looking for the kidnapped Zelda. She's going to be behind a single shutter door, or almost always behind a shutter door, which is the only one in the room. Does not open after all the enemies have been defeated. The other one that we're looking for is a roar. Ganon is going to be a little bit noisy, so any room that's north, west, south, or east of the room that Ganon's in is going to hear the noise that Ganon makes. Gotta go find Ganon, gotta go kill Ganon, and when that happens, that shutter door will pop open. The one exception, incidentally, is that shutter door can be in a room of multiple shutter doors if that room is Ganon's room.
Exactly, which is why, if you have any shutter doors coming off of Ganon's room, check those first. We get the silver pickup here for Night Shifter. Now, he doesn't have the compass, but hopefully he starts at the top of this 3 and just kind of clears his way down instead of doubling back. MST is going to enter 9 at 1 hour and 23 minutes. Okay, to answer a question in chat, would you please explain what shapes and segmented means? So Fred, in his amazingness, added a function to the randomizer where the dungeons are not going to be their vanilla shapes. For example, level 3 is both a shape, which is not found in the vanilla game, and it's a segment, which means that it's broken in half, and there'll be a transport staircase that goes from one side to the other. So it just adds a whole new level of complexity to the game, which is a lot of fun. There's the compass for Night Shifter, by the way.
There's our map of 9.
And you can, oddly enough, it's not segmented, but man, is it funky looking. I'm gonna say this is like a tower with a princess in it. Alright, here comes the Triforce for Night Shifter, as long as he doesn't die to the Goma.
And
Here
Muller's
comes the
butt compass.
Yeah, look at this. All right, there is the Triforce at a level 3 for Night Shifter. He has to go clean up level 4, and then they can go into 9.
Not terribly far away from where Zelda is going to be hidden, though that whether or not that is a straight shot or requires a magic stair is yet to be seen.
Yeah, sometimes... Oh, well, our bait block is absolutely useless today. Aw, poor old guy. Alright, Night Shifter is headed back in the direction of level 4. Unfortunately for Night Shifter, when he went in there, he didn't have the Any key and he didn't have the ladder, so he wasn't able to get to the Triforce. So that's kind of where the time difference is coming in right now, other than the power bracelet getting left in 7.
There's a lot of magic stairs, a lot of stairways that we're seeing here in 9. 9 has 6 transports, which means that there's an opening and a closing, so I guess an entrance and an exit. So there's 12 stairways there, and then there are 2 items that we're going to find in 9 among the 3 that are left open right now, so the magic wand, the book, and the heart container. And so there's a bunch of different staircases to take a look at, 14 of them at this point, and you may need any or all of them to find your way to either Ganon or to the kidnap to Zelda.
Yay! And I think both of our runners are just hoping that she's not in a shoot room today. Because they were talking about that in the race room, and I was like, oh, I unfortunately didn't get a chance to watch yesterday's races, but apparently there were some shoot room shenanigans.
It was a very entertaining end to the match, I will say.
Aww. Alright, Night Shifter is in the room with his Triforce. MST is just continuing to work his way through 9. So, depending upon your personal preference, as Night Shifter gets his Triforce out of 4 and will be heading into level 9, there's a couple of different... Hey, Zelda's not in her room. There's a couple of different strategies you can take. Some runners like to take every single transport staircase because they feel that it gives you better coverage of level 9 as far as looking for Ganon. Some runners prefer to walk as long as they possibly can before taking a transport staircase. There really isn't a right or wrong, again. There are so many different ways to play this game, and you know, there's not always just the one that is successful, so you just kind of find what is best for you. As we got a heart in 9.
And there are absolutely pros and cons to both. I mean, having a single contiguous path that will bring you to either Zelda or Ganon is fantastic if you ever have to up an A or you take a death in the level. But going through and clearing out one of those transports, you get to see the entrance and the exit, and that's 2 out of that 14 that are no longer on your radar. So, different schools of thought, for sure.
Well, and it also comes down to how did the randomizer seed roll today?
That's true. Sometimes it's
All
not
right.
necessarily friendly.
Oh, so is it ever friendly? We got the book! Now, if we didn't already have the map, that would be a fantastic thing to find. But right now, it's just going to light us on fire. That does mean that the second item in level 8 is the wand. Alright, there we go. MST is going to find that this is not a push block. Night Shifter is working his way kind of up through the center column. Which is another actually pretty good strat. He's going to go ahead and get the map, find out that he can't go any further than north there. And then that old man is going to make it so that we cannot, in fact, bomb that direction.
I'm going to check out the southwest of the skull, quote unquote.
I'm still saying it's a castle, I think. Alright, there's the compass for Night Shifter. He's got his potion at the ready, but with Red Ring and 80 gazillion hearts, he should be okay. It is not a bad plan, though, to keep that kind of somewhere handy. We're going to walk through the Patra. Now, we did already see MST clear this bottom corner for the most part, so I don't believe Ganon's down here. Oh, if you mean in the background, that's the cat.
and I think that MST has already tried going north from here to try to make their way to Zelda, so it looks like we're in the world where we are probably going to have to find the right staircase to bring us where we need to go.
Or the right combination. I love when that happens. Alright, there's the bait block again. Not going to be all that useful. Night Shifter is going to do what we just saw MST try to do. See how far you can go to the north or hang a right. I don't know if we went to the right. Oh, this is interesting. A little bit of a high five. Oh. Seems like rushing, walking extra to grab a key. Well, the key thing is just something that gets stuck in your muscle memory, to be honest.
Ingrained, just like sometimes running through and grabbing a heart or a fairy when you're, at full health. You just
yeah,
you're
it's
so used to
shiny. You
doing
want it. Yeah. All right. Oh, really? So, okay, Night Shifter is retracing some of the steps that MST has already taken. We know that Ganon isn't in the top left. I'm now wondering if he's over in that weird little, like, what are the turrets that hang off of a castle? I want to know if he's over underneath the dash and the 9.
I think that we're pretty swiftly getting to the point where that might be the only spot.
Oh, wait, Roar on MST side.
Oh, yes.
Is right next to... Oh.
Well, it's interesting. This sounds like either Ganon is down
South.
or right next to Zelda.
South or to the right, yeah. Okay, we should maybe be able to bomb in from the other side. Oh, that's gross. Or a door from the other side. There's the book for Night Shifter. Alright, so how much do you want to bet Ganon doesn't have a direct path into Zelda's room?
It would be incredibly funny for those of us watching, especially after their game with the shoot. So, 50-50.
Alright, here we go. We got a transport staircase that takes us to the room directly next to Zelda. Okay. Can we bomb into Ganon? Yeah,
Sure
there we go. Okay.
And we do have a door going right to Zelda from here.
Oh,
So it's
I'm a
Ganon
little bit
in.
sad.
I know. I guess we had to make it easy, the randomizer did after the shoot shenanigans the other night.
Well, okay, yeah, true. It's got to make up for it, but it gave us a red ring, so I think it made up for it. We're gonna get MST's got Ganon down. We have one moment before we go find our princess. This is relatively vanilla. And man, Night Shifter is like right behind him. But let's get some GGs in chat for MST, finishing with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 7 seconds.
Fantastic. Well, great job to MST. And that'll take it for this round in the bracket.
I mean, going to 3 races is always a good feeling. Well, mostly always a good feeling, because at least you know that it was a really good match, and you both had a shot.
Absolutely, and Night Shifter is relatively close to coming across Ganon and Zelda themselves right now.
Yeah, he can hear the
close.
roar right now. Let's see if he just immediately tries to bomb to the right, or if he goes south first. South does have the visible door, so this makes sense.
And by the way, chat, whoever suggested that was the theme from Bubble Bobble, looks like you are absolutely correct.
Good job, chat. All right, Night Shifter's gonna try bombing here. He's gonna find the entrance. Now he does have a potion. He's also got Red Ring, Magical Sword, and 80 gajillion hearts. Oh, is he gonna do recorder strats? I love recorder strats.
Interesting.
Well, so oddly enough, the recorder in effect pauses the room. So you blow the recorder and Ganon can't move. Oh, good. There we go. He's got his Ganon down, silver arrow applied. And here we go. Night Shifter is going to rescue Link and finish with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 48 seconds.
Incredibly close game between these two players.
All right, we're going to work on trying to get them in here.
Let's see. I'm interested to hear their thoughts, particularly on the fun of level 7 and level 3 at the very end there.
Yeah, it really did come down to that trip back into 7. But we're gonna see if we can get the guys in here in just a moment.
definitely one heck of a way to start with to end our first round of the bracket over in the Rookie Rumble 3 for this group.
All right, if you give me just a moment, I'm going to try to get the guys an invite.
No worries, no worries. I know that this sometimes takes a second or so to get everybody in there, and there we go with Night Shifter. Night Shifter, welcome.
Hey.
Welcome and GG's.
Oh, GG's, yeah.
GG.
I think you know what we have to ask about.
I know what cost me the race. I know square well.
I mean, you guys, you both did a great job, and this really was close the entire time. You had two different paths, like you guys kind of traded places a few different times, but
if I had just picked up the power bracelet the first time. Because I looked at it and went, no,
yeah,
I won't need that.
If it makes you feel better, I have seen the same thing happen a couple of different times in races with some of our veterans. So it's just kind of one of those things. It's like a rite of passage.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it cost me tonight.
I mean, compared to, you guys there was some really good combat going on. You had a couple of little gaffes where you lost half tile at the exact wrong moment.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you both were playing exceptionally well.
And all the work that you did, even after getting that power bracelet, going through and getting 4 and routing so well through 9, like it was a phenomenal job coming up after that.
Yeah, I mean, you are Night Shifter. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, MST was in 9 for a couple of minutes before you, but he was kind of taking you when you get in there, you somehow pretty much just locked in on the no, I'm going this way, and that really did bring it. It brought it a lot closer. So,
yeah, well, what helped me is that I found the compass right away in 9.
Okay, yeah, that was a nice.
And with me in 9, as soon as I get the compass, instead of just hugging room to room to find try and find the princess, all of a sudden my search becomes wider for Ganon, and that's what kind of steered me right to where he was.
Yeah, actually, he was right below there. I was right up until MST heard the roar, because at first we didn't, because sometimes when you walk into a room with a shutter door, the sound of the shutter door closing can temporarily delay the Ganon roar. So we didn't hear it at first, and then we heard it as he was transitioning the screen, and I was like, oh, all right, well, we found Ganon. It's right under Zelda. And then I was kind of rooting that there wouldn't be a direct path, but because he was right below her. But a lot of times runners have started, if they get the compass and they're kind of in that area, they will go confirm the path to Zelda just to make sure they haven't. And every so often it just works out that Ganon is within a room or two of her. So it's a pretty good plan.
Now, I did take some words to heart last night that I got told, and I immediately searched out my
white sword item, or your Armos item.
Yes. And
there was talk of that in chat. That was a very good idea.
That felt good because, oh my, I have a feeling that helped me a whole bunch early on.
It really did, because it got you in and out of some of the levels a lot faster than MST. Though MST, their combat's pretty good, so it was just the not having to stab that extra time. So that definitely helped in your favor. But yeah, I think and it wasn't, the power bracelet in 7 was a gaff. That was unfortunate. But 4, it was unfortunate that you had to go back into 4. But I think the problem when you were in there before was you didn't have the ladder yet.
No, I didn't have enough keys.
Okay, and it was ladder and the any key.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was, you have to go through the Gleeok room, and then it was north, and there were just a ton of key doors everywhere.
Yeah,
So that was
key,
kind of
key
unfortunate.
situation is what chased me out of 4 the first time.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, keys were a thing. 1, oddly enough, gave you guys keys, and 2.
Yeah, I was shocked when I was going through that one. I was like, this is an inverted one. This is the one that gives the keys, not takes the keys.
Oh yeah, it was kind of interesting. Neon was saying the same thing, because normally 1 is like, give me every key that you've got. I'm going to eat it for breakfast.
Yes.
And then in this case, that turned into 5, because 5, the path to get to the red candle, was like a ton of key doors. So it was all the keys that you guys left 1 with just went into 5, and it was
But getting that red candle out of 5 early felt good.
How'd you feel about the red ring being in 6?
Since I didn't know where silvers were yet, I was like, I know the item in 6 is probably up past the ladder blocks.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I got my ladder, that was like one of the first dungeons I ran to, because I was like, I want this item out of 6, or just at least see it to confirm that I don't need it.
Yeah. I can agree with that wholeheartedly.
So when I got to it and saw it was the red ring, I was like, oh yes, let's go.
Oh yeah, because that your overworld, it wasn't Wizrobes, but like there were still a lot of projectiles and fast moving blue dark nuts. So
yes, it was not that kind of an overworld.
Yeah, and then that the red ring just lets you kind of hang in there. I also highly applaud your checking of the hints.
Yes, because, well, the first time I found the first hint shop, I didn't have the money for it. The second time I was back there to go get the ladder, I was like, okay, I'm money flush. Let's see what's going on.
Oh yeah, I think that's a good plan.
Yeah, it was helpful. And I was cheering for you to get the blue ring the whole time over here. So I'm glad you got the red ring when you did, and that you used that cash on the hints. That worked out really well.
And then it was the hints right below 3 that told me, you're a dummy. Go back to 7.
I mean, did you see the hint earlier on that had said that 3 was in the grave area?
Yes, it was, but I hadn't explored the grave yet. So I was like, okay, I've got a 3/4 chance that it's not the power bracelet spot.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I was like, come on. And of course, the first thing I find is that hint shop, and the first hint, a feat of strength will lead to the silver arrows. And I went, once again, I said something I can't repeat right now, and then ran right back to 7.
Oddly enough, I assumed that you'd picked it up because I went back looking at MST's screen, and then chat was like, wait, did he just leave that there?
Yeah, I did.
Because we had both pieces of the puzzle before, or you guys had both pieces of the puzzle, because MST had cleared the grave. I don't know if he ever saw that hint or had seen the hint before he knew he needed the power bracelet, but you had gotten the hint, so I was going, wait, 3's at the grave? He's got everything besides the push block done. I think we need a power bracelet. But again, that's the benefit of being able to see both runners at the same time.
And
it's something I've seen veteran runners do, so it's just
never leaving the power bracelet behind again.
Yeah, I want to say in one of the last tournaments, it was somebody left the raft behind because they didn't know that they needed it, and then they had to go back into like an 8 to go get it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And how did you like the 2 item rooms in 9 being right next to each other? That was
funny. That was good.
Because I was like, okay, I need a stair. Down 1 stair. It's the item. Okay. Down the other stair. Second item. Like, what the heck?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the game was trying to be nice. It's like, here, you look like you need a map of 9, even though you'd already found it by then.
Yeah.
And also,
loved ladder 1 room into 8.
Oh, that was great. I was like, yeah, this is kind of funny. And then a lot of 8 was actually ladder blocked.
Yeah. Getting to the Triforce, you kind of needed that ladder.
Yeah, to get there, you needed it. I was like, that's nice of the level to put it immediately after the lobby so that you could have it immediately and be able to kind of finish 8.
Yeah, well...
But all right, I will go ahead and... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
GG's to Shy Guy. Hope he does well as he continues on in the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, you guys both did great. This was a
I'm-
really fun series.
I'm not
for
going to
me.
hang my head. I'm not going to be disappointed. I did much better this time around than last time.
Mhm.
And it feels like I am making that progress forward.
I would firmly believe that.
So,
So that's awesome.
But-
I'll go ahead and ask if you have any final thoughts. We do have another race following this one on the channel here in just a minute.
just final thoughts. I'm probably not going to be starting up anything new here soon.
Okay.
So probably not until mid-late July will I come back to doing randomizers.
Oh, well, hopefully when you do, it's still fun.
You'll see me show up at the weeklies for sure.
Yay! I mean,
That's great.
we're gonna have at some point we're gonna have SG Live this year flags, so that's exciting. Unless I missed us getting SG Live 2024 flags.
Well, I plan to skip SG Live anyways, so.
Well, yeah, but we do Zelda 1. We get an online portion, so
Okay.
we have a little online tournament, and then there's usually an in-person tournament. And unfortunately, I sadly have to skip it as well this year.
Well,
But
we'll see where that falls.
yay! But all right, I'll go ahead and thank both of our runners for a very exciting race. I'll say GG's to Night Shifter and good luck to MST moving on. We definitely want to thank Proc for doing our tracking in the background. It's always very, very helpful to have a lot of sets of eyes picking up on the things that I missed while talking about cookies. And I definitely want to thank Neon Nane for hanging out with me and doing commentary. This was a lot of fun.
And thank you. It was a pleasure to get an opportunity to comment with you.
Well, I'm glad you say that now.
Now,
But all right, guys, for anybody looking for more Zelda 1 action following this race here in, let's see, about 15 minutes, we are going to have game 2 of 3 between Artorias 308 and Ace King of Spade. So the channel probably isn't going to go down. So it'll just kind of keep live. And then later tonight on the Z1R channel, there is a potential of a triple header. Game 1 should already be underway or possibly finished. Please don't spoil it if you already know. But that is between Nick Has a Game and Kovalkin, I believe is how I would pronounce this. And Neon, you're going to be on comms for race 2.
I sure am. I get myself a nice tiny little break, and then we're back to some exciting Z1R action.
Yay! We'll hopefully have a good time calling that with Druis and the ever amazing Camion Renikai doing both the restreaming and the tracking. Camion is the best.